Hello and welcome to the Sunbirdcrochet podcast. My name is Claudia and I'm coming to you from Germany. Today is Monday the 22nd, beginning of the week, and I hope you had a good start into the week. Mine was busy, but now I'm taking some time to come to you because there's plenty of crochet building up. I hope you're all well. I hope that you're going to have a good time watching, and I hope that I'm not too boring or talking too slowly. You know, you can change the speed of this video down in the settings. And yeah, shall we dive in? So let's start with the Movie and Stitch challenge. Last time I've shown you my, what was it last time? Last time it was letter D, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. And I've announced my movie with a letter, starting with the letter E, which is Emma. I've watched the one with Kate Beckinsale and I've enjoyed it very much. Although, as I said before, Emma is not my favorite character of Jane Austen novels. I'm far more entertained by Persuasion and Sense and Sensibility to some extent, yes. I like very much Pride and Prejudice, but who doesn't? Yes, but I've been watching Emma. I don't think I have to explain a lot about the movie Emma because you all know the story, because it's a classic and we probably all know. Either we've read the book or we've watched one of the movie adaptations or we watched the series. I said to Jillian on Instagram, we talked a little bit about Emma and what we don't like so much about the character, particularly the scene where they are, I think it's Box Hill, and they're having the picnic and she's making fun of one of the other guests there, and she's not very nice. Her character definitely has lots of huge flaws. And Mr. Knightley, her love interest, not really a spoiler, is it? He is telling her that her behavior wasn't acceptable. And I think in this respect, it's quite realistic, the story, because if the people who love us can't tell us what we've done wrong to help us become a better person, then who can? I think we do want to change ourselves for the ones we love. We want to become better people, better persons. Yes, but Emma, I've decided to make the tea time tassel. I'm putting the name of the designer up here. I've enjoyed making it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it now that it's finished. And there have been a couple of, well, there's been a typo, but that's not too bad. But there has been a mistake in the stitch count, and then there has been another mistake in the instructions. So I can't really recommend the pattern if you expect it to be 100% perfect. If you know how to get around mistakes in a pattern, then yes, do it. And I'm going to show it to you. So I've been using some cotton yarn because for amigurumi and things like that, it's better to have something which is stiff and won't give in when you fill it. So this is my little teapot. It has a flower on top, a handle, a spout. I've made some changes here. You're supposed to do cupcakes, but I wasn't in the mood for making however many cupcakes, attaching them individually. So instead I've added just some popcorns between the leaves. And then there's a tassel at the bottom. Maybe the color choice isn't the best, but yeah, it's done. It's a little tea time tassel, a little teapot. As I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I'm going to give it to one of my nieces for tea time play. So that's my finished object number 1. My finished object number 2 also has to do something with amigurumi and cotton yarn. So I haven't made the zebra. I've bought this from Lindmint, Claudia, who also made the gazelle, which I've shown you before. And it came with a dress, which is really cute. But in the original pattern by Pick-a-Pow, she's wearing trousers, like flared leg trousers. So I've made some trousers and put them on her. So little zebra is now wearing trousers. And you can see the difference. Her stitches are very tight and mine are not so tight, even though I've used a very small hook size. But I'm a very loose crocheter. This is stiff as well, this not so much. I wish I could do it like this, but I don't know how to tighten my gauge, and I've watched YouTube videos about it, wrapping the yarn more around my fingers to keep the tension tighter and using a smaller hook size. So far I had little success, but anyhow, this is my second finished object, the little trousers. Next are my many works in progress. 3 sweaters, or 2 sweaters and a cardigan and a blanket. And we can start with a blanket because you've seen it before. I've got it right here. It's of course the chrysalis. It's the chrysalis blanket by Jen Tyler, and I've made little progress, a little bit, but not that much, because I've been sidetracked by the sweaters and jumpers and cardigans. But Jen released part 3C by now, and she made two adjustments or changes in this part as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to grab this up this afternoon and continue working on it. So this is little progress on my chrysalis throw. And then I've started a jumper inspired by Sophie Okera. I've mentioned her before, and I've linked to her blog and website in my previous podcast episode, so I won't do that again. This is very loosely inspired by her designs. She's living in Normandy in the north of France. This bit is very soft and the yarn is a little bit heavier or thicker than the Holst yarn down here. So I don't know if it really is a good idea to put them together because it's puckering up here a little. Then again, once I block it, you probably won't see it anymore. And I've ordered more yarn. Yes, I'm inserting a photo here of the colors. I think it's lime, lemongrass and mariner, which are really working together beautifully. So now I'm tempted to rip it all back and start again. But then again, it's a shame to rip it all back. It has been a lot of work, and I've made this up myself, a pattern. So this is at the moment a work in progress, which is just lying there in a corner until I decide what to do with it. So this one has been started with Holzgarn, which is 100% wool. And I've also recently bought some Stylecraft Life Decay yarn, which looks like this. And that is 75% acrylic yarn and 25% wool. And I wanted to see if I can do some color work with this one. I'm not going to steek this project, so I thought it's safe to use a yarn which has acrylic in it. If I would steek it, I would always need the grip, the grip of it, so that it doesn't come loose. Yes, so this is the color with which I started the collar, and I'm just going to show it to you. And yeah, so this one I can't put down, literally. I love it. Again, it's puckering a little here, but maybe that's just because I'm picking up too many stitches here. I don't know. I'll have to see. So I've started the ribbon. I think it's 80 rows of 6 single crochets in the back loop, and then I join them together, and then I pick 1 stitch up every row. So I start with 80, and in the next round I've increased every stitch. So I have 160, and with that I started the color work. And these are little puff stitches here, and I've increased during this yoke, and then I've added little droplets here, and there is another round of puff stitches. And then I separated for the sleeves, and then I'm doing the color work at the body here. This is actually a chart provided by Sophie Okera for free for you to use on her blog. Obviously she designed it for knitting, but it works perfectly for crochet color work as well, and I just love how it looks. The yellow, by the way, the colorway is called Zing. I just love it. I can't stop. It takes a lot of time, of course, although by now it's almost automatically changing the colors. But yes, so where were we? That was one of the delivery services just bringing me a new cup which I've ordered from a local pottery. It's handmade. You can see it. So after this filming of a podcast, I'm going to treat myself with a lovely cup of tea in this one. So back to this one. I think I've actually talked about it enough. You will see it again once it's finished, and probably in the meantime as well. I mean, I have to make the arms as well, the sleeves. I've only got a little bit of the first white cream off-white ball of yarn left, and the one which I've shown you. I don't know if it would be enough to make this same pattern also for the sleeves. I don't know. Maybe I just make it in plain Zing color. I've got plenty of this left. So this is the Zing color. It reminds me of daffodils and spring. By the way, have I told you what I'm wearing? This is my own design. And I have been using, the pink is from Luna Yarns, her Z-twist yarn. I was lucky to get one of her first skeins. This is a free pattern. You can make your own, and just go to my Instagram profile, Sunbirdcrochet, and there in the link, in the bio, you find a link tree with the pattern here. So you've seen the two sweaters which I'm working on. One working, one is in the corner waiting for its destination. My next work in progress is a cardigan. I'm going to put the name up here of a pattern. It's a pattern by Lee Van Soos, and I'm probably pronouncing her name not correctly, but let's go with that. It's a cardigan with cables, crochet cables. And I've just started and I'm working on it, and it's doing my head in, but I think I'm on the right track. So you're doing the cabling on the right side, and on the wrong side, obviously not. This is the back panel, and I'm going to have to make two front panels and the sleeves, and then it's going to be attached at the end. And I really love it. I know that Stasia has it in her favorites as well on Instagram, and a lot of you liked it. It's not that size inclusive though, the pattern. It's from size XS to 3XL, which is not size inclusive completely, but yes, I must say that I didn't get gauge either with this. I'm making size S, even though I would be size 2XL according to the pattern, but I had to go down 2/3 of a size of a stitch count at the beginning. So now I'm making size S, and yes, it's definitely a challenge, even though I've done plenty of cabling projects before, but yeah, you first have to understand what she wants you to do, but once you get it, then there's no holding back then. Yeah, so I will keep you updated on this one. When I said I only had 2 finished objects, I was talking about crochet finished objects. I've got 2 more finished objects. The first one I've shown you before. It's my knitted hat, the ... beanie pattern by Nomad Stitches, but I've finally got the faux fur pom-pom. Can't stop feeling it, and look at it. It's gorgeous. These colors, I mean, it's like a dirty turquoise with some red orangey tips, like it's on fire. And I've worn this today on my way to work. I just love it. Shall I keep wearing it during the rest of the podcast? I think I do. I love it. Yes, so I wanted to show it to you because this is an epic fur pom-pom. And the other finished object is weaving. This is my second weaving project in total, and I wouldn't say it's a complete fail, but I'm not really happy with it either. So I think I was faffing about it too much and let it sit there since Christmas time, since my Christmas holiday, and I wasn't feeling it anymore, and now I just wanted to get it done and finished. And you know, when you're a beginner in weaving, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. The sides pull in because you don't do it correctly. So this is what happened. I mean, I can still put it up on a wall. I need a piece of wood, and then I fix it on the wood and hang it on the wall. But yeah, could have done better. Don't say anything. So this is my other finished object. Not crochet. Oh, something I wanted to tell you about. When I drove home today, I only worked half-time in my actual normal office in the morning, and this afternoon I was working from home, from the home office. But on my way home at lunchtime, I drive the country road because it's more relaxing for me than driving the Autobahn, the highway. So it takes a bit longer, but it's far more relaxing, and I can drive past the farm shop and get some veggies and fruit and stuff and yogurt, and it's I make the best of my way to and from work. Anyhow, so I am driving past these meadows with some sheep on them, and this meadow with the 2 sheep, they're always there, and I keep looking out for them when I drive past. So this morning I see them on the left of the road, and that's always a sign of good luck. It's a saying, Schäfchen zur Linken, Freude wird winken, which means sheep on the left and you will get something positive or happy, or something to be happy about that day. If you're superstitious. It doesn't hurt to believe in that. Anyhow, and on the way back, I saw them still on that meadow, but they're very close to the houses, and they were not eating the grass or something. They were just standing there, staring into the window of a neighbor's house. I guess they were watching TV. So there you go, sheep watching TV. I thought it was funny, so I thought I would tell you about it. Yes, I've got some incoming stuff to show you. Not stuff, some incoming art. I've got 2 original paintings from the artist called Julian Rowe. He's from St. Ives, or I don't know if he's living in St. Ives, but he's definitely selling in Art Gallery St. Ives. And these are his 2 paintings. I'm going to write the title up here. So this is the first one. And this is the second one. So these are just cheap IKEA frames, and they're not doing them justice, but I've already ordered some wooden frames, proper nice frames. And I love his artworks. I'm going to link his Instagram as well here and down there as well. So there you go. Some arty things. And one of the reasons why I finished my weaving project is because now I can use my easel again for my oil painting. So I'm not going to copy any of his work, but I love his style, and I thought I would take one of my photos which I took when I was in Cornwall last time, which was in 2014, and I want to paint the coastal scene in a little bit aiming at his style. Not to copy, but to take as an inspiration. Otherwise, I don't have that much to talk about. I've been quite busy organizing my bookshelf. I now have all my arts and craft books in one place, so I can always have access when I need them. I've recently joined Patreon because I wanted to support Faye, the Crochet Circle podcast. She has a Patreon account and I subscribe to her Patreon, and that gave me the benefit of one extra Zoom session per month. I think I talked about it before now that I'm talking to you. Anyhow, that was not this weekend. The weekend before, we had a lovely chat in the Zoom group, and we were talking about the worst haircuts we ever had. There were really some awful haircuts. I mean, mainly the worst haircuts have been connected to getting a perm. And I've also had to add a mullet. Yeah, the early 90s had me and my sister and my mother really poofy hair, and I won't show you any photos, don't worry. But we had a lot of fun during the Zoom session to talk about these things, not just wool. Obviously, we talk a lot about our project as well. And then last weekend was the Zoom session of the Crochet Circle podcast, the Crochet Clan. Feel free to join us there. It's free. And everyone is welcome. We talk about crochet, mainly knitting, about what we're up to, and yeah, it's a really enjoyable time. Once per month. And what else? I've been watching Men in Kilts. That one is funny. Look it up. I'm not talking about it here, but it's just like making fun of a way. Well, it's an American documentary, I believe, from Stars, and it's Sam Heughan. Anyway, two actors from the Outlander series. They're traveling around Scotland, and each episode has a topic. One was sports, the other was music. Then we had food, and you get the idea. And they're doing it really well. It's entertainment, including naked swimming, lots of swearing, ghost stories. Yeah. So I was enjoying that. And I've also been watching McDonald and Dots, which is a crime series playing in Bath in the UK. It's not a thriller. It's more like Midsummer Murders, but in Bath. I like cozy crime stories, both in books and in TV series. Yes, so let me finish off now. I hope that you're going to have a lovely day, and I'm going to talk to you soon again. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and keep looking after yourself wherever you are. I wanted to give a special shout out to Jillian. I've seen her, or I've met her on the Zoom meeting last weekend, which was lovely, and I hope to talk to you again soon. And then there's Rika. She's currently in Mexico, and she's sending us all the lovely holiday vibes from crochet ladies crocheting in the streets. Not as homeless, but you know what I mean, like arts and crafts, selling their produce and selling their makes, rather. And yeah, beaches, all the colors. Hey, you're a lucky fish. Yes, so keep up the hope for better times.